Phone calls at 750-1310. Hear all the Rob Snow Show on Rogers TV at 1310 News. Whether you're going as a scary ghost, a sexy cat, or something ironic like fast food where you dress like some kind of food, but then you also wear running shoes and put a gold medal around your neck, come into Party City or visit us online. Because no matter how you're celebrating Halloween this year, we've got everything you need, from costumes and candy to accessories and decor. Party City, for however you're Halloweening. Is your addiction getting in the way of relationships with your loved ones? Tried other programs before? The Canadian Health Recovery Centre takes a vastly different approach to addiction recovery. Our treatment program is designed specifically for men, relies on the latest scientific research, focusing on underlying issues, including biochemical and neurological behaviors, treating the person, not just the addiction. Visit CanadianHealthRecoveryCentre.ca.
Help by credit? Yes, it's your English teacher, Mrs. Nelson.
Uh-oh.
You've been using the word approve quite a lot lately.
True, but
You know there are alternatives like accepted, authorized, confirmed, validated. Let's try. I own my home and would like a loan.
accepted.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get endorsed, confirmed, permitted, allowed, okayed, and approved. Some conditions apply. Alpine Credits. Fifth for license 12616.
Hey, Sportsnet. Hey, Sportsnet. Hey, Sportsnet. Who's got that sweet, sweet swing? Open shot. Hey, Sportsnet.
Points Danielle when they go yard? That's our day.
Hey, Sportsnet.
Is flatting a future home run king? Were you a potential Cy Young? Pearson the next Blue Chipper?
Wait a minute.
Hey, Sportsnet. Who connects you to the Blue Jays better than anyone?
Swung on a crush, and that ball is gone.
Where's the home of everything Blue Jays?
1310 News is CIWW. Listen live at 1310news.com.
Number one for breaking news. This is 1310 News, Ottawa.
It's Wednesday, September 23rd. Good morning. I'm Andrew Boyle. Right now in Ottawa, 14 degrees, and here is the 1310 News top story. Long lineups at COVID-19 testing centers and the wait for test results. They have suburban councillor one thinking about maybe asking the military for help. 1310's Jason White with those details.
Since school started, COVID-19 testing and assessment centers have seen demand skyrocket and lineups stretch for hours.
Why are we not bringing the military in? Why would we not do that, no matter what the weather is? Because we're concerned about having places that are sheltered, as it gets colder.
Barhaven Councillor Jan Harder tells the Rob Snow Show the military has the equipment to set up field hospital-type pop-up testing centers, say in park-and-ride lots. But she knows added testing capacity also needs labs to process those tests.
How is that going to work? How are those tests not going to become stale?
She says getting the military's help would require the Premier asking the federal government, and that the process could take a couple of weeks. Jason White, 1310 News.
1310 News time, 10:02. Step 2 of a 6-step plan from the province dealing with COVID-19 this fall, expected early this afternoon. That'll be followed by the throne speech on a federal approach, and then the Prime Minister taking airtime tonight to address Canadians. Now, the throne speech expected to be a promised reset of federal priorities.
The nearly hour-long speech is expected to address 3 areas: immediate action to push back against a second wave of the pandemic, supports for those still not back on their feet after the first wave, and how the economy might be further rebuilt once everyone can stand more on their own. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's plan comes as public health officials are warning the country is on the cusp of plunging into a full-blown second wave. Trudeau will seek to hammer home the need to stop that from happening in a rare televised address tonight. But it's already hit home on Parliament Hill. The leaders of the Conservatives and Bloc Québécois have both contracted the virus and are in isolation. Stephanie Levitz, The Canadian Press, Ottawa.
And now your forecast with 1310 News meteorologist Jill Taylor.
Well, the summer-like stretch continues. Sun and cloud are guaranteed high 22 degrees. For tonight, partly cloudy and 10, and tomorrow, sun and cloud for the most part, but do have a chance of some showers, slight chance at this point, high near 21. For today, the guaranteed high 22.
And right now in Ottawa, it's 14 degrees. 1310 News time 10:03. Post-tropical storm Teddy pushing through eastern Nova Scotia now, bringing high winds and heavy rain. Bob Robichaud is with the Canadian Hurricane Center and says the main concern along the coastline is the high waves and the pounding surf. He says waves reached about 5 meters in height in the Halifax area early today, but they've now subsided.
We still have storm surge warnings up further up the eastern shore, especially to the right-hand side of the track, where we could still see some high water levels and some pounding surf, especially in the midday time frame at high tide there.
Now, rain and high wind gusts are also experienced in other parts of central Nova Scotia, now into eastern Prince Edward Island as well. Thousands of people expected to pay respects at the U.S. Supreme Court to late Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, the women's rights champion, leader of the court's liberal bloc and feminist icon who died last week. Reporter Devin Dwyer has more.
There will be a short private ceremony at which Chief Justice John Roberts will deliver remarks. He's called Ginsburg a jurist of historic stature, someone who was tireless and resolute as a champion of justice. She will be placed atop the same platform that held the body of Abraham Lincoln in 1865 and countless other American icons in this town.
Now, on Friday, Ginsburg will lie in state at the American Capitol, first woman to do so and only second Supreme Court justice. I'm Andrew Boyle, 1310 News. For news anytime, follow up online at ottawamatters.com.
It's your time to talk back on the Rob Snow Show. Have your say at 613-750-1310.
Given the spike in cases, new numbers out in about 15 minutes from now. David's keeping an eye on the Twitter sphere for those for you. But given the recent spike in cases, almost 1,000 cases reported in Ontario and Quebec yesterday, what should government be doing right now, given this recent spike in cases? 750-1310, 750-1310, and by that I mean, should it be doing more than it's doing right now? Should it maintain the status quo? Let's take a wait-and-see approach. Let's see where we are in a few weeks, given these recent moves and announcements from government. Or do you say, look, stop. Stop with the rules and the regulations and the restrictions and the limitations. You've done enough already. Given the increasing case counts in Ottawa, 750-1310, 750-1310, 750-1310, what should government be doing right now? By way of measures, some crackdowns and lockdowns and regulations and restrictions and warnings and penalties and all of this stuff. More than it's doing right now. Maintain the status quo. Let's see where we go from here. Or stop it already. Stop it. Stop it. Don't tread on me. Okay. I mean, we are being warned, right? You have to get it together, people. Or we could be right back to where we were. Spring and summer. You don't want to go back there, right? Prime Minister on doing a nationally televised address tonight. The Chief Medical Officer of Health of Canada saying we're at a crossroads. We have to act now. Doug Ford saying yesterday that it's going to be more complicated, more challenging than what we've been through already. Dr. Vera Etches invoking new measures, saying the social circles haven't worked. Now, $5,000 a day fines, the potential, right? And how many people are actually going to get these $5,000 a day fines? I think it's about the deterrent, hoping that this will act as a deterrent. And you listened to her yesterday, and David has some clips that he's going to play for us. She regrets that it's come to this, as I think a lot of us regret where we are right now, given where we were just a few weeks ago. Dr. Vera Etches on some of the new measures that she revealed yesterday.
While we have issued Section 22 orders previously to facilitate obtaining a list of close contacts, we have not had to take anyone to court. When people understand we have the authority to collect this information, we protect their privacy when reaching out to contacts, and we're here to support them and protect the community. We have received the information that we need. Because the numbers of people that we're working with has increased so much, a class order will support timely escalation when needed. And details of this order can be found on our website. I don't take these types of decisions and steps lightly. However, I must do everything possible to reduce the transmission that's currently happening in Ottawa. We must once again plank the curve through our actions, and this order is another intervention that targets the increasing non-adherence with the basic prevention measures of staying home when you have symptoms. Self-isolation of ill people ensures that the virus will not be passed on to others.
So it's a self-isolation order. Class Section 22, Health Protection and Promotion Act, and sweeping powers, really. You read the language of that act, as I did this morning. It grants any medical officer of health some pretty extraordinary powers, all about communicable disease and containing communicable disease. And in this case, as announced yesterday, as you heard by Dr. Etches, any person who tests positive for COVID-19, has signs or symptoms of COVID-19, is in close contact with somebody who has tested positive for COVID-19, has been tested for COVID-19 but is waiting for a test result, or otherwise has reasonable grounds to believe they have COVID-19, you must self-isolate, quote, without delay, and for 14 days, or until you can prove that you do not have COVID-19 by way of your test result. Must do everything you can to avoid exposing other people to COVID-19. Failure to comply may result in a fine of $5,000 per day. So she's not fooling around. I mean, this act, the Health Protection and Promotion Act, it grants her the authority to order all kinds of things in the name of trying to limit the spread of a communicable disease, as long as she has the, quote, reasonable and probable grounds to do so. She can order a business to close. Of course she can. She's the medical officer of health. You would expect her to have that authority. She could order a business to close, to be disinfected, to go through a deep cleaning. She has not invoked this, but she has, under this act, the power to order someone to be examined by a doctor. David, you must go to the doctor. You may be contagious, David. I order you to see a doctor. I didn't know she had that power, but she has that power under this act, and she could order you to remain under the care of a doctor. It is a potent piece of legislation, and part of it she invoked yesterday. So if you're showing symptoms, you have to self-isolate for 14 days, or until COVID is ruled out. So you have to go line up for a test, and we're monitoring the situation with the testing sites again today. The opening was delayed, but as we have seen in recent days, the opening is kind of just a suggestion. The opening hours is just kind of a suggestion. We'll open at 8:30. 8:30 comes, we're closed, full. Get there early. So opinions, please, at 750-1310. 750-1310. 613-750-1310. This is the Talkback Hour. It's your hour. Yesterday, single largest case count for one day in Ottawa. Yesterday, where we had 93 cases, right? Almost 500 province-wide. Almost 600 on the Quebec side. Outaouais is code orange now, so there are new restrictions in the Outaouais. One. If it gets any worse over there, there could be police on the bridges again, turning people around. What should government be doing right now in light of this? In light of this, should the government be doing more? If it's as bad as it's ever been, should the government be doing more? Should it be, for example, issuing work-from-home orders? If you can work from home, we expect you to work from home. That's what Boris Johnson did in the UK yesterday, his conservative government in the UK. If social circles have been a failure, then maybe we should retreat on this policy once and for all. and severely restrict social gatherings. Now this, 10 people indoors, 25 outdoors, but immediate family only. Maybe we should be closing businesses that we've allowed to reopen, bars, restaurants, cinemas, shopping malls, whatever the case might be, if it's as bad as it's ever been. And maybe we should be limiting travel. Top doctor in Nova Scotia, the Atlantic bubble must stay in place. Bad news out there this morning. Or maybe you think, whoa, let's hold on here a second, okay? Yes, the case count is going up, but the authorities have made some adjustments here. For example, Premier Ford reducing the crowd size rules down to 10, 25 outdoors. Let's see what effect or impact that has, if it has any impact or any effect. Let's see if this acts as a deterrence, what Dr. Etches announced yesterday, in a $5,000 daily fine. And let's see where we are a week from now or 2 weeks from now. Or do you think you have done quite enough already and you've gone too far? That this is, the issuance of $5,000 fines, daily fines, is an overreach and an overreaction. Love to know where you stand on this. What should government be doing right now? This is the Talkback Hour on the Rob Snow Show on Rogers TV at 1310 News.
A lot has changed, and you've adapted, but behind the mask, you're the same person. At Orm's Furniture, we get it. Beneath our masks, we're the same people too. No layoffs, just some paid time off. Well, we're back at it with some important changes to help you master the art of quarantine. Like more inventory, express delivery, and plenty of cleaning. Enjoy your home. Take off your mask and relax. You're ready for the good stuff. Just click ormsfurniture.ca.
Hi, I'm Cherry Tabb, co-founder of the Herzig Eye Institute, announcing full patient care has resumed. While we were closed, we instituted new technology that removes airborne impurities as microscopic as viruses, meaning surgically clean air through our entire facility. Google high-definition vision. Watch a video explaining all our safety measures. Call us for a consultation. There's no charge. Herzig Eye Institute is prepared. You're protected. Look after yourself. Promise me.
This is Michael Hafke, President and CEO of Advanced Mortgage Investment Corporation. Even with the pandemic, AMIC returns have remained steady and will once again return a mid-7% compounded rate of return in 2020. Now just may be the perfect time. Get off the roller coaster ride, reduce risk, and invest in local Ottawa real estate. We are now accepting new investors. Visit us online at advancedmix.com or call us at 613-656-0017.
September 2020 is definitely going down as a September to remember. At Orleans Dodge, you'll remember September for the amazing deals on 2020 Grand Caravan and 2020 Ram 1500s. The all-out clear out event is on right now at Orleans Dodge. Imagine, you can get a brand new Ram 1500 and pay 0% for up to 96 months. That's right, 0% for up to 96 months. And they'll make your first 3 payments OAC. Hurry over to Orleans Dodge and Newville Drive because deals like these are only in Orleans.
Whether it's basketball and baseball or diving and dance, when you pay with MasterCard, you help give a kid a chance to play. Help raise up to $1 million for Jumpstart by paying with MasterCard online or in store at any Canadian Tire, Sport Chek, or Marks until October 31st. And a donation will be made to Jumpstart to help give kids the opportunity to get involved in sport and play. Learn more by visiting corp.canadiantire.ca/MasterCard 2020.
Everyone needs some really good friends. You know, the kind who have your best interests at heart, who would do anything for you. Friends like Craig and Wendy at OttawaHouseandCondo.com. They offer a free custom domain website, home staging consultation, free video, photos, drones, and so much more. Plus, they use a proven system to help you sell faster and get more money for your home. Friends don't let friends make a mistake with their biggest asset. For real estate with reassurance, call Craig and Wendy or visit OttawaHouseandCondo.com. Talk back on the Rob Snow Show. The phone lines are open at 613-750-1310.
So, new numbers in. Ontario-wide, 335. 335, much better than yesterday. 35,400 tests, 335 cases confirmed, 65 in Ottawa. Is that the number, David? 65. 102 in Toronto. And again, about 7 out of every 10 cases, people under the age of 40. Those are the new numbers, 335, 65 in Ottawa. So an improvement over yesterday. Testing about the same, and the East End COVID-19 clinic, Heron Road, has reached capacity and is not taking additional visitors for the day. Quote from the Montfort Hospital, "We are sorry for any inconvenience this may cause." And that was a tweet issued 2 minutes ago. So closed at 10:17 this morning. I believe the opening was delayed until 10 o'clock, was it not? So at 10:17, we're full. Thank you very much. What should government be doing right now? Should it be doing more than it's doing? Should it be taking a wait-and-see approach? Should it be doing a lot less than it's doing by way of restrictions and limitations? John, go ahead. John, you're on 1310 News. What do you think?
Okay, I just have a couple questions.
Okay.
Well, we're supposed to be following the science, right?
Following the science.
They talk about this all the time, right? So I have a question, and that is, why are we marking every death that someone has COVID and a variety of other symptoms as a COVID death? We've never done that before, but I don't understand why that's being done yet.
What do you mean we've never done that before? What do you mean?
Well, so let's say if you have the flu, and then you have cancer, and you have other causal factors, right?
Right. Comorbidities, you're saying?
Yeah, we don't automatically list that as the flu. Typically what doctors do is they'll sit together in a panel and they'll discuss what was the major cause of death.
Okay.
Right? And that gets listed. It's not automatic that they list it as the flu or, right?
Is that what's happening now?
Yeah.
That's what's happening now? You know that for sure?
Yes. And the CDC actually put out an article, CDC themselves, said that only 6% of all, and you heard this the other day, I listened to a little bit, 6% are solely from COVID. So the numbers are the deaths are much lower than they're saying. Right?
Okay. Okay.
So I just, another thing, if you also look at the tests, right? So let's say if you have 200 cases. Well, what does that mean? How many do they test? So normally they have what's called an infection rate. A rate, that you have the number of people that were tested.
Yeah. We've been through all this. This is not our first rodeo, John. Come on.
So just why aren't they giving us the infection rate, which is a true reflection of what's going on, as opposed to just numbers? Because as we all know, they're testing like crazy.
Yeah, those numbers are in the media every day, John.
Yeah, and they're pushing it. Now I have a question.
Okay. Another question. Okay.
Okay, so in Australia, they're in their second lockdown. They are only allowed to go 5 kilometers from their home.
Mm-hmm.
They're only allowed out 1 hour per day. If they any protest for COVID, even if you post that on Facebook, you get arrested.
This is in Australia?
This is in Australia.
Okay, I'm going to have to get David to confirm that. I don't know. I'm not following the Australian lockdown, so. Okay.
They have drones that follow and look at, and you can check this out, please do. They have drones that check your license plate to see that you're complying. They have police checkpoints everywhere. Okay. Now, there's 26 million people in Australia. And what do you guess the deaths are at to justify this? Out of 26 million.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. 837 the other.
Okay, all right.
So that's one death for almost 32,000 people. If you actually Google 2018, the top 20 causes of death, there are almost 3,000 deaths by accidentally falling down in Australia. There are almost 3,000 deaths by suicide. So what I'm saying is the measures that they're taking are very extreme.
So you think all of this is over the top, right? All of it is over the top, and government should be doing less, right? My question is, what should government be doing right now, John?
Honestly, I think
You think they're doing too much, right?
I think it's us. I think
Fair enough. It's a very roundabout way to get there. My goodness gracious. Eric in Barhaven. Good morning, Eric.
Good morning.
Hi there.
Listen, I don't think we can wait and see, Rob.
Okay.
And I'll give you a quick reason. And that's simply because RNA, we've talked about it often, is then just given free rein. So what do we have? We know that what we've done in the past has worked. And it will work again, and that's the masking, the washing, the social distancing, the bubbles, the work from home. You know, we're experimenting now with bars and pubs and restaurants, schools. So let's control what we can control in a fairly open society, and just see where it goes. All along, you know, my middle name seems to be testing these days. I think we need to boost the testing, and I think politicians and I think public health folks are trying to do that. And I think they're really seeing that there's a massive benefit in being able to expand the test base. We're lucky in Canada that our testing positivity is in the 1% range. It gives us an awful lot more opportunity to be innovative in terms of the testing. And as you listened to Jan this morning, and if you talk to Viriatus, I think you'll hear that there are relatively simple ways to expand that capability and provide a little bit more protection to the public.
Okay, thank you, Eric. Thank you, Eric. Very involved in following a lot of these issues. Regular caller to the program. Great to have his insight again today. In Orleans.